think we're going to start. If you just joined us, go ahead and please put your name in the comment section. We are going to draw we're going to have two drawings for $25 gift cards to Amazon. So we are pushing over 50 now. We had over 250 people at our last meeting. So this is quite the popular thing to do. But at any rate, welcome to our second meet and greet now. And we are thrilled that you have joined us for this time. My name is Jory Gelnett, and I am president of the PTSA for this coming year. And we are recording this meeting also, so just to let you know. And we have a presentation and we have some questions already that we will run through for that Dr. Pretty will answer. And then we had time last time where she was gracious enough to take some of the Q&A or some of the questions that were put into the chat. So if there were some things that you didn't have answered yet, we'll probably have some time to go through those. So you go ahead and put some questions into the comment area also. So I am gonna start to share my screen, and then we will go from there with some things. We have the first drawing, just want to let you know, will happen after Dr. Pretty's Q&A. We have two people. We have Pramila Giriraj, who's our communications director, and Ferry Riar, our secretary, they're putting names in fast and furious into this wheel that we have that will automatically pick somebody. So just bear with us as we get through some of these things. Okay, I'm gonna present. Oh, there we go. Okay. Barry or Pramila, are we good? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so we are going to start here. So again, my name is Jory Gelnett, and I am president of the PTSA. Our VP of events is Tarun Ravi, and he is actually a senior at the Academies. And so it's great to have a student perspective on the board with us. And then our VP of fundraising is Vivek Baraya. And our treasurer is Tappy Chakraborty, and then our secretary, Ferry Riar, and our communications director is Pramila Giriraj. And you will see all of our emails right here. This is the first year now that we have our own dedicated email address, if you will, like this with the aclptsa.org, because through Google, nonprofits can have their own personalized email address like this, and also have Google Suites for free. So you will also see acl.ptboard.com at the bottom of the screen. This is our one-stop shop website, which we will go through also, but this is where you take care of becoming a PTSA member. We will send announcements through here. We have our calendar through here. So at any rate, that's our one-stop shop. So hopefully, if you haven't already, you will get connected there. So a big reason for us with how a PTSA works is that having members is important to us. So basically, a lot of times I'll ask people, do you agree with what the PTSA does for your school? So PTSA for us is the Parent Teacher Student Association. We are under the umbrella of the National PTA. So if you were part of at an elementary or a middle school that had a PTA, we're just adding a student now, because when you get to the middle and high schools, you can add the student level. So we, a lot of times places, you may have come from a school that had a PTO, and the PTO, they're kind of out on an island, but with being part of a national organization, we have, which we'll talk about, there's some programs and some things that we can do as a PTSA that PTOs cannot do. So we're hoping that a majority of you are, or if you're not, that you will join and become a member. If you were a member last year, you do need to become a member again this year, because you It goes from July 1 through June 30th. It is tax deductible, and it just helps us support us in many ways and gets our kickoff going, so we know what we have to use throughout the year, so we don't have to adjust our budget. So with Dr. Pretty being with us, last time I read part of her bio, and this is on the website, the Academies of Loudoun website. But I just wanted you all to know what a privilege it is to have her at the helm of our school and what a tremendous background she does have. So Dr. Pretty has spent the last 22 years as a teacher, coach, athletic director, senior master educator, assistant principal, and principal in Washington, D.C., the Pacific Northwest, Hawaii, and Virginia. Dr. Pretty served as the assistant principal of Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Fairfax County Public Schools from August 2013 to 2016. She also served as a senior master educator for secondary STEM for the District of Columbia Public Schools from 2011 to 2013. Prior to her move to the East Coast, Dr. Pretty worked as a secondary engineering and mathematics teacher and department chair at Oak Harbor High School in Oak Harbor, Washington, and teacher instructor at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Over the past 3 years, Dr. Pretty has worked as a consultant with government officials in an education and cultural exchange foundation on the architectural design and curriculum planning for 4 new STEM schools across China. Dr. Pretty holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics with a minor in technology education from Western Washington University in Washington, a master's degree in curriculum instruction and assessment from Western Washington University in Washington, and a doctorate in educational leadership from Argosy University in Hawaii. At the university level, Dr. Pretty taught courses on instructional design, assessment strategies in education, research methods, and using technology in the classroom. Her research examined the effects of professional development on the practices of STEM teachers. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling and is especially fond of exploring new cultures, cuisine, and outdoor activities. She enjoys active adventures, especially in and around the water. She has a daughter named Castile, so being a parent, in addition to being a teacher and administrator, always influences her professional practice. So with that, we welcome Dr. Pretty to our Q&A, or our back to school, not back to school night, that's the first question, but to our meet and greet. And so Dr. Pretty is there. Do you want to say anything before we start our Q&A session?
Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I see we have 95 people with us. This is phenomenal and very exciting to see this level of support and engagement. We look forward to a good year.
Okay, awesome. All right, so our first question is, will there be a virtual back to school night? I did put a note on here that there is one scheduled for this coming Wednesday, beginning at 5 p.m. So I didn't know if there's anything else you want to elaborate on that.
Anytime you're wondering if there's an event happening at the school, you want to go to our website first and foremost. To the calendar on our school website, you will see this listed there. It is where we put all of our upcoming events and details. So we will launch our virtual back to school night at 5 p.m. next Wednesday.
Okay, or this coming Wednesday, right?
Yes. Wow, I feel like I was just in last week. What happened?
So how long is that expected to last?
Oh, it depends on how many courses the students take with us at the Academies. Some students have 3 courses, some students have 1. So the duration of the event will vary.
Okay, great. Okay, for MATA students, how do we know which group we are in? I know I'm on an A day, but am I A1 or A2? And note also that MATA is hybrid for now.
So this information was sent out in a Connect Ed last Friday. Hopefully everybody receives Connect Eds from me. You can do that through Parent View. If you log into your Parent View account, you'll be able to see your day of attendance at the Academies. Your home high school day of attendance will probably defer to distance learning, but you will be able to see what day you are scheduled to attend. And for the greater good, every high school is on Monday, teacher PD. Tuesday and Wednesday are A days. Thursday and Friday are B days. So let's say you're a B2 student and you're going to attend the Academies in person on Fridays. On Thursday, which is also a B day, you will be in distance learning for your Academies course. Let's say that you are in the AET program and are going to attend on A days. Then that means that Monday is a teacher PD day, and then you would spend both Tuesday and Wednesday in distance learning for your Academies courses, and then Thursday and Friday would support your home high school courses. All of that information is in the orientation videos that are posted on our school website and that have been emailed out to families. So please take a look at the orientation video. It is by program because we are opening our MATA classes in hybrid, and our AET and AOS and advanced AET courses are opening in distance learning.
Okay, thank you. How will attendance/early dismissal excused absence work? What should I do if my child has a doctor's appointment and will miss a block? And I did see an email, I believe that was sent out on Friday via ConnectEd.
So we also sent out attendance guidelines via ConnectEd on Friday. Please know them. Please check them. If you are going to miss a block and you're in distance learning, you still have to report that absence. It still has to be for, in order to be an excused absence, it still has to be for one of the valid reasons listed in the student rights and responsibilities. So again, detailed information on reporting absences was mailed out recently. And then attendance will be taken every block. So please do make sure that you are emailing the attendance hotline or calling the absence in as you normally would if we were in brick and mortar instruction.
Thank you. Is there a way for a new student to tour the school? We would like to see the school and labs. A virtual tour would be fine too.
So that's actually a question for our admissions office. I'll go ahead and answer it, even though we're not going to focus on admissions right now. Our admissions office will be posting a virtual tour and information soon. And so as of right now, there are no in-person tours or visitors to the school building.
Okay. Just a quick note, if anybody has just joined us recently, if you can go ahead and put your name into the chat or the comment area, we're going to do a drawing for one of two $25 gift cards to Amazon. So if you can go ahead and please do that, we are taking those names now. Thank you. When will we know if we won the parking space lottery?
Well, we still have parking available on every day. So the best thing to do would be to email on the website. You can email Mr. Wilburn. He's one of the assistant principals who works with our parking process. And so you probably just need to follow up and get your parking permit. We still have spaces available every day.
Okay. Could you please tell us how student clubs will be organized this fall?
So the best place to go to find out information about clubs is the activities page on our school website. We have a list of about 54 clubs that we currently offer. Everything will be virtual initially, so nobody will be left out. If you're in a distance learning class, we're not going to offer it, hybrid only or anything like that. So our activities coordinator is Miss Smith, and her contact information is on that page as well. She does not plan to release any updates on clubs and activities until after school starts. So I wouldn't email her right now. I would actually wait until school starts, and then information will come out.
Great. Could you tell us more about the Korea, Singapore, Germany exchange trips?
I could. However, we are going to have information sessions about that once school starts. So for those of you that are unaware, we do have 3 international research exchange trips. In order to participate in the Korea and Singapore exchange research programs, you do have to be enrolled in AOS research. The Germany exchange trip is open to all students that attend the academies. But again, information on these will be shared once we get the school year started.
Okay. What is the proposal for AOS SAET junior senior research?
Information about all research classes will be shared by the instructors once class begins.
Will there be any virtual field trips?
I imagine that there will be. Most places are not currently doing in-person field trips. All of our instructors are invested and excited about continuing to offer deeper learning opportunities for students. So this will probably be answered by individual instructors as we get into the year and get things rolling.
Okay. All right, so we'll have a little fun here with Dr. Pretty. So she is going to answer some of these questions for us. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is ahi sashimi because I'm from Hawaii and I love eating sushi all the time. Good sushi, not necessarily lunch grade sushi. And so I would have to say I love poke bowls, which is ahi and a little bit of soy sauce and onions and delicious stuff like that.
Excellent. Is the best sushi in Hawaii?
Well, it's just so common. We had it. It's a weekly staple for us.
All right, got it. Best vacation spot?
Anywhere there's a beach. I love hot weather, so I'm really happy when I can see the ocean and see the waves.
And here you are in Virginia.
I know.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Okay. Apple or Android?
Apple, as I sit here on my MacBook Air.
Excellent. Kindle or paperback?
Kindle. I just love the convenience of having my reading material, at the tip of my fingers, even on airplanes. It's great.
And your favorite book?
Oh, that's such a hard question. I love to read. I read at every opportunity I can. So I don't think I could narrow it down to just one.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. So we do have a little bit of time. Do you want to take some questions, Dr. Pretty, if there are in the chat area, and then we can do our drawing?
So I think there's actually two questions right now. Someone is asking, how do you sign up for ConnectEd announcements? As a parent, how do you sign up for ConnectEd announcements?
I believe that you go to your Parent View account and you sign up that way.
You can also call the tech helpline if you need assistance. But I will tell you that if you're coming from a different school, you will need to opt in to the Academies of Loudoun ConnectEds. It's probably linked, and you can have both schools. You can have both, your home high school and the Academies and get messages from both of them. But if you don't do that, you won't just naturally start getting Academies ConnectEd messages until you've opted in. The second question is about how to find, it's the same question, how to sign up for ConnectEd. So what I would do is check in Parent View. You can also check in LCPS Go, or you can call the Department of Digital Innovation Tech Helpline, and somebody will walk you through it at that number.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was trying to look on the LCPS website quickly if I could find that, but
I see a couple other questions coming in, so I'm just going to answer a couple more. So Heather McDonald, I'm not able to answer your question right now. I don't have any further information to share. Will PTSA help find research opportunities for kids? Normally the PTSA is not instructional. Although you guys do a wonderful job of supporting us and you do offer grants to sponsors for student clubs and activities, the PTSA does not manage the curriculum and instruction for the school. Where is Parent View?
That's where I'm looking right now. So yeah, it's on. So it's on the lcps.org website. It's right there. If you go to, it's almost like front and center on the page. There's also an app that you can get, but there is some different information between using the app and what you can do on the website, because most people should have received, or everyone should have received, and I was going to share this email about connecting. Sorry, I'm just on the website right now. Let me share my screen here quickly because I want to show you what this is. Hang on one second.
So while you're doing that, Jory, I'm going to answer another question. Okay. We will, all students that show up will have to have a mask on. If your MATA class is starting in hybrid, you will have to have a mask when you're on the school bus, or you will need to put on a mask as soon as you step out of your car if you're a student driver. We will not be providing them for you, and you will not be allowed in the building if you don't have a mask on. You actually won't even be allowed to walk across the parking lot if you don't have a mask on. If a mask breaks or gets damaged during the day, we will help out because that's an emergency situation. But do not count on us to hand out masks every day as you walk around the parking lot. That isn't how the expectation.
Okay. Here's the email that everyone, do you see this, Dr. Pretty?
Yes, we see it.
Okay. So this is the email I received. So if you were connected through LCPS, that you have, it talks about here, you're needed to verify your student's account. And so it says nearly half of all students have been verified. It goes through the process here, doing this on the web browser. That's number 2, and not on the mobile app. So it's portal.lcps.org. And then it goes through some steps as to what you need to do. If you have forgotten your Parent View number 6 password, you can refer to reset your password with the Parent View web and app. So the information is definitely on LCPS. I'd go to portal.lcps.org and you can find out the information there. But please make sure you have verified your students' information on there.
Okay, and so just so you all know, as a school employee, I don't get those emails. Only parents get those emails. So thank you so much, Jory, for showing that. I think that was really helpful.
Okay.
I have a question here. Will students participate in a virtual practice run through their classes for the academies before school starts? Well, we sent out orientation videos and they are now posted on our website, which have information. We are having back to school night, which will contain information about every class that your son or daughter takes at the academies, as well as information. There's going to be a building map and some information from our librarian and other resources. We will also be sending out a short video with a reminder about the required mask wearing policy, as well as social distancing and the health screening application. That'll go out on Friday. But in that video, or in that message, will be a short video kind of modeling what morning arrival will look like for students. So that will be the last communication that we send home prior to school starting on Tuesday.
Okay, awesome. For now, I mean, unless there were some other pressing questions you wanted to answer, we can go ahead and do our drawing, and then we can kind of see where we're at with time. If you're still with us at the end, we can do that.
Sure.
Does that work? Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, Ferry, are you ready for the drawing?
Yes, let's do that.
Very exciting.
So can everybody see my screen?
Yes, very high tech.
Okay, let's start. Congratulations, Stephanie Cross.
All right, Stephanie, I have your info. I know that because you volunteered with us last year. So I will get you a $25 Amazon gift card. And congratulations. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to remember to share my screen now. And then at the end, we will go ahead and do our last drawing, and then we will see what we have time for questions and such. Okay, back to this. Okay. If someone is typing, I'm not sure if that's you, Ferry, or someone, if you can just mute, that would be awesome. Thank you. Okay. All right, we did our raffle. Okay, so why the PTSA? So the Parent Teacher Student Association, and I had to kind of explain this a little bit at the beginning, but we're under the umbrella of the PTA, which you may have been part of at an elementary or middle school. There are 175,000 plus PTA members in Virginia, and there are 11,000 plus PTA members in the Hunt District. And the Hunt District oversees all of the PTAs basically in Loudoun County. There's Woodbridge, or not Woodbridge, but there's some in Winchester, and some in a couple of the other counties around, but the majority of the PTAs are in the Hunt District. So you see you're part of a greater good here with being part of a bigger organization, as PTOs are kind of out on an island and don't have the oversight, if you will, of a national or a Virginia PTA. We have to file audits. In order to keep our good standing, we have access to the state, any questions that we have in terms of how to do things for our treasurer or how to use with our bylaws. And so it is great to be accountable to somebody. And so that's why we are part of the PTSA. And we have a very robust PTSA, I will say, at the Academies. Our parents are very involved. Last year we had over 600 members. And so this year we are over 300, but we are trying to push to get again to that at least 500 number. We know it's tough for us just because a lot of our membership happened at back to school night and at the open house last year when people were coming in and out of the building. So we are really hoping that you will, as we go on in the presentation, you will agree and see what we do for the school and become a member. It doesn't mean you're selling your soul to have to volunteer for everything. We just want your support saying, yes, I agree with what you do, and you can go forth. So that's why we ask for people, parents, teachers, staff, and students to become members. So how do we support the staff? So right now we're having about $7,500 in our budget that will be going towards the staff. Our budget is not, it was presented, we have to present it 30 days before the meeting where it is voted on. That meeting is coming up next Thursday on the 10th. So this is how we are, hopefully that will pass and we will be able to do these things. But this year we are offering a $50 teacher grant where the teacher will save their receipts towards things that they want to use for the classroom, and especially now that they'll be at home, that can help them. And then we will reimburse up to the $50 mark. And then also we are going to have each membership level. So as being a member of the PTSA, you'll be put into a drawing. And so it's sponsored by Turbo Tutoring, and it's a $50 Amazon gift card, and they'll be part of that. And then different staff appreciation events. We tried last year to do it throughout the year, like events like at the holidays or having a lunch in March. And then again, when the true Teacher Appreciation Week is the May 3rd through the 7th. But last year, obviously, we were not able to do that. So we did send every staff member a $25 Amazon gift card. No, it seems like I work for Amazon. I don't, I promise, but it is just easiest to be able to give an e-gift card like that, because you can send it via email and most everyone shops on Amazon. So we are hoping to be able to support our staff in somehow, some way this year with that. How do we support the students? So right now, $6,300 is going towards the students from our budget. $50 again is towards with the student membership raffle that again is sponsored by Turbo Tutoring. There's a fall student challenge coming up, and our VP of events is Tarun Ravi, and he is putting something together where it's going to be a virtual event, and we will have like different things the students will need to like almost like a scavenger hunt type of thing, where they'll have to, they can go through and they can say that they walked 10,000 steps and they can check that off and they can upload that, or that they got A's or B's in a class, or different things like this, or they got their picture taken in downtown Leesburg or something like that, and then they would submit those, and then you'll earn points, and then those points can be turned in for gift cards. So we do have something like that. Normally what we've had in the past is that we, for over an A and a B day in the past, we were able to feed the students when they would come in the morning, and we would have, you know, snacks there. We would have some donuts, or we would have drinks there for the morning, and then they would go off to class. That's what we were doing on Pi Day, and we had all of this food bought, and we are grateful that we were able to donate it to some local food banks, but we had spent about $1,500 already on Pi Day food, and that all had to get donated. But so we're trying to do something a little different for Fall Student Challenge. Pi Day, we are hoping that we will all be back in the school and we can have Pi Day, because there are about 1,500 to 2,000 stickers and tattoos on my dryer right now. So we are ready to go for Pi Day for next year. There's the national PTA programs. That's one of the things being part of the PTA. So one of the big ones, and we'll talk about one of them in a minute, is Reflections. And that's an arts-based program. Your children may have been part of that. There's another one called the Citizenship Essay, where that's due in February, and they can earn write about a topic, and then in terms of being a citizen, and then they can earn a prize from that. There's also Power Plates. That's a Virginia PTA where students submit a healthy recipe, and they can win a prize from that. And then there's also the $1,000 student scholarship, or senior student scholarship. And last year, one of our students actually won that. So that came from the Virginia PTA, and they applied for it, and one of our students did win, which was great. And then there are club grants. And the club grants, we had this last year. And so we were able to, last year we gave $100 per club. And then we, for each A day and each B day they were on. This year we're going to start with about $50 per club. And this can go towards, if they need to sign up to be in a contest, this can go towards t-shirts. It can go towards something that's helping with funding the club, so that the students or the staff member who is a sponsor doesn't have to put their own money out. So we do try to help in that way, and really encouraging, because we didn't have as many clubs take advantage of this last year. But we are hoping that we'll be able to use the money that we have to be able to support at our school. So the next program is about, again, this was national state PTA programs. I talked about a few of them already. The Reflections program, I'm not sure, is Luisa, are you on the call? Luisa Nazaro? Okay, she's our, the chair of our Reflections program. And so last year was the first year we had this, because only, again, PTAs can have this. And the theme is I'm at the cut. And so and you can see that there's reflections at aclptsa.org. There is more information also at our webpage, acl.ptboard.com. And this is going on, and these entries will be due by the end of October. And it's about, students can do a dance. They can do a dance choreography and record that. They can do a 3D sculpture of some type. They can make a music document. They can do a painting. They can write a poem. They can do a movie. There are numerous things. There's film production, literature, music composition. I'm reading this now. Photography. And so there are numerous rules regarding this. But it is a great way, especially for those students who do have a little bit more, even though they may be bent more sometimes in the STEM area, but if they have the arts side too, that they can use that, and they can enter these contests, and they can also go up to the national level and win. It's great too with a lot of our MATA programs, especially the film production and with the photography and the visual arts, just to be able to use that and to create something and then submit it and then win at a national level is an awesome thing, and we're thrilled to be able to offer that again this year. How do we communicate? So we're a one-stop shop. at acl.ptboard.com. If you have been part of a school, there are a number of schools in our area that have been on PT board before. So then you would just need to, your account will transfer over to the acl.ptboard.com. You will need the school code MVAJVV. If you are new also and want to create an account, it is, again, you'll need the school code MVAJVV. We send out monthly newsletters. This is where our announcements come from. There is a school directory on there. You do have to opt in. So you'll need to opt in your student for that. This is where, when you become a PTSA member or such, this is where you would become a PTSA member. So there are numerous things, and it's nice to be able to have that one website where we can just have all the information on there. We do a Facebook page. It's ACL PTSA. When you search that, you do need to answer 3 questions to be approved because it is a private group. So please don't skip over those because we won't approve you until we have those 3 questions answered. We have an Instagram account, so Academies of Loudoun PTSA. And then we also have a Twitter account, and that's at ACL PTSA. The school also does have a Twitter account. So you can look under for Academies of Loudoun for searching for that. And also there is making sure that the school also does have there is an official Academies of Loudoun PTSA page. Do not join the unofficial one, join the official one. So look for that. And then again, we had talked briefly about the Connect Ed letters that Dr. Pretty sends out. And then that's how she reaches the entire school. So you will see sometimes there will be reiterated. You might see it on PT board, but then you will also see it through Dr. Pretty because she reaches everyone. Right now on PT board, we have over 1,000 accounts on there, but we know that doesn't account for everybody. So we just, our goal as a PTSA is that we're here for the entire school and for the entire community and not just a few groups or a few people. So that's why you will see those things sent out in duplicate number of times. Our monthly meetings, how else can you be informed? So the second Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. For right now, we'll meet via Google Meet. Our first meeting, like we had said, general session meeting is next Thursday, September 10th. And we don't meet in December or June. And we do record the meetings. And so we post those on our YouTube channel. And with the meetings, we try to be done within an hour. The reports from the admin, from our board, and from our chairs. So it's a great way to just keep informed and know where you can help if you want to, and know where just to get some information and keep abreast of everything. And all are welcome to attend with the meetings, but only members may vote. So that's why it's another reason important to become a member, is so that you can have voice and you can vote. So if you want to volunteer, we will, again, on acl.ptboard.com, you would click on volunteer sign up, and if there's an area that interests you, go ahead and sign up. I haven't necessarily contacted everyone yet who has signed up, just waiting to see what we have with interest. And if there's something on there that is closed, but you really want to be on that team, just email one of us and we will be happy to help you. We just kind of put numbers on there as to what we needed kind of as a minimum, but we're happy to include you in some way, somehow. So again, we hope that you become a PTSA member and what all of that it supports. There's not a retirement program for any of us on the board. So it is not going to us, but it is going back to our school and to support, obviously, in any of these events and programs and grants that we've talked about. So if you have any questions, before we do our next drawing, I am going to go ahead and exit on here and see if there's anything in the chat for us. I don't know, Pramila or Ferry, do you see anything? Nope, see, we've got, I think, everything Seems to be covered. I can run through PT board actually a little bit just to kind of give you an overview of that so you can see it if you haven't been on there. So I'll go ahead. And Ferry and Pramila, if questions come up for us, just let me know, and then I can switch back over. Let's see, my entire screen. Okay, sure. Okay, so this is PT board, and especially for the Academies of Loudoun, obviously. There's the home, which lists everything. It's got our calendar on here. You scroll down, it has our form and payment. This is where you can go to become a member, and then, and also staff membership, and then student memberships are here. You can click on here to sign up for volunteer. You can click on here for announcements also. You can, or you can just go to the announcement page, and that will list everything. Volunteer sign up, this is what we were talking about earlier. You can click on detail and then see where there's some areas that are open. We do have a business development chair, Kamal Gill, who owns the zone. And so we try to get people to help us with getting, approaching businesses with donations. We have a letter already written out just asking for donations. Nominations chair and SEAC rep. We're looking for a SEAC rep, if that's a special education advisory committee that would attend some of the LCPS meetings, and everything else looks like it's filled. But again, if you go on here and see something you're interested in, please let us know. We're happy to help you. The calendar, so we go ahead and we keep this up to date. You will receive a reminder we put the Academies of Loudoun virtual back to school night on here. We don't put every school, the major school functions we do put on the calendar to remind you and to send a note. We don't put everything on there. So like Dr. Pretty said, please do reference the school website for that. Again, form and payment for if there is something to pay for. This is where also in the past we have had practice ACT, SAT tests. So we may have that. We're working that out to see if we can do that virtually. And this is where you would go also to pay for that. That is one of the fundraisers that we do have. The student directory is here. So you can go ahead and you can opt in to have your student in here if you would like. And then doc and photo, we just have some information on there about, we'll keep our reflections information is in here. We'll keep meeting minutes in here, bylaws, etc. So if you're bored, you can go and read that. Also, I can bring up the school website. That is, let's see, there we go. Is that coming up? There we go. Oh, not LCPS, lcps.org/ACL. Okay. Dr. Pretty, is there anything you want to direct people to on here? Is she still with us? So anyway, so here's the calendar. This is the Academy's website. Faculty directory is on here. One of the things she had mentioned earlier was the clubs and activities. So here's where you would click for that. They have great daily announcements that are here, so you can check there. The research library is fabulous also. So there's an Academies newspaper, and then we have a little section here for the PTSA. But you know, please do plan to go here and see. This is the information here about the return to school plans and the virtual orientation. These videos are all right on here on the front page. So with that, I can probably stop presenting. Does anybody have any questions or anything that we can help you with? Let's see here. So the emails, I'm not sure if this was answered. The emails that you do see from Kathleen Kilgannon, those are the Connect Ed emails. She is Dr. Pretty's secretary and bookkeeper. So those are from Dr. Pretty through Kathleen. So if that helps, those are Connect Ed emails. Trying to see if there's anything else. Barry or Pramila, do you see anything we forgot or anything to bring up?
No, I just see one question. Is back to school night this Wednesday live?
It's on the calendar. It's on the school calendar.
Correct. For 5 p.m. on Wednesday.
It's virtual. It's not in person.
Correct. It's virtual.
Yeah. Hopefully, and we'll touch base with Dr. Pretty on that. I believe she's left to make sure that I'm going to guess that something will be coming out on that tomorrow. Tomorrow or Wednesday. So you'll have the information to be able to how to connect with the teachers.
And I think that back to school night link will be updated at that time as well. It is currently online because there's some question. There's no link. The link will be updated before Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, if there isn't anything, any questions, we will do our drawing here in a second. Just know that we are here to help support you in what we can do. I mean, there's certain things we can't do. But there are some ways that we definitely can be a voice and can help and answer questions. So please stay involved, attend our meetings if you can, or feel free to email us because we do respond pretty quickly and we'll try to get information to you as we can.
Exactly.
All right, Sarah, are you ready?
So let's do our next drawing. You can see my screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's start. Congratulations, Luisa.
Luisa's here. All right. Luisa, she won. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, we appreciate this. We've had over 300 people now that we have reached through these meetings of the meet and greet. So with this, we've been thrilled to have everyone and that everyone has wanted to connect and find out more about the school. So hopefully this was helpful. And again, we will post the video and we will post the our presentation also. So you will have access to that.
Hi, Jory. It's Louisa. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Louisa.
Oh, okay. I could not figure out how to get the mic working, but I'm glad it's working. Draw for someone else. I'm happy to give up the gift card. I was just listening in this evening, but please redraw. That's fine with me.
Okay. Did you have anything else to say? Louisa is our reflections chair. And she's done a fabulous job. It does take, you have to have judges and get people involved. So Louisa, did you have anything else to add to that?
I ended up just doing a dump in the chat of what I was going to say anyway. So if you have any questions, you can certainly send them to me, or I think you can still access it from our PTSA page, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there should be a repository there, but you'll be hearing more from me and our committee about the Reflections contest. We're hoping to get more people interested in it this year, and you don't have to be in an art class. I mean, clearly the Academies is a STEM school, but we have an incredible amount of really multi-talented students at this school, and this is an excellent opportunity for them to show off their art skills and get a little bit of recognition, something on your resume, and just find a way to express your art, maybe in a way that you can't if you're not able to take arts or music or dance this year because your elective is really taken up by your time at the Academy. So we're really looking forward to having an additional or higher numbers this year. High school is one of the few divisions that does not get a lot of entries. So if your student is talented in one or more of the categories that I listed, dance, film, literature, music, photography, and visual arts, please encourage them to join, because I mean, it's like I said, it's competitive, but at the high school level, a lot of kids just don't apply, and there's room for them to basically, show off what they can do and win. We're hoping that we'll have more students this year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Luisa.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks.
Okay.
So go ahead and draw.
We'll do another drawing. Thank you, Louisa.
Okay. Are you going to draw for? You're doing it. All right.
I am ready.
Okay.
Jaya Sharma.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Jaya, if you can just go ahead and put your email, if you don't mind, or send me an email at president@aclptsa.org. So we make sure that we have your information and I can get you a $25 gift card.
Thank you.
And we are working on putting a Q&A together. So I'm having one of my children actually do this as part of some volunteer hours. So we are working on getting that together, and then hopefully we will have that to post to answer any questions that have come up from last week's meeting or this meeting too. So, okay, if that is it, then you're free to go. Thank you very much for attending and have a great school year.
Take care, everyone.